without a doubt, hailed as one of the queen of Afro-pop, if not the queen, arguably, and doing it again, just unstoppable, the one and only. Kelly Khumalo is kicking off 2023 the way she's done every other year, not stopping and taking numbers on her way as well. Kelly Khumalo back with us here on ENC. Hello, Kelly, good to have you back on the show.
Morning.
You don't ever stop, do you? There's another one.
I never stop. I shouldn't. Why stop while you still have the energy? And I love what I do.
Clearly, we're going to talk about this album now because it's only just come out, and I'm seeing some of the reviews,
yes.
Rave reviews across various websites. We're going to talk about that in a moment, but I just want to get your thoughts quickly. The passing of AKA. I mean, I don't know if someone's from E's gotten a reaction from you.
No one has, and I like to step back when these things happen because I know how painful they are, and also, we're living in dark times, and I feel like our country is letting us down. In terms of safety, we feel like we are not safe anymore, not just as musicians, just as a South African citizen. And as you drive at night, you're wondering what could possibly happen to you. You even fear of getting out of the house and going to have dinner with your family because you never know what might happen to you. So it's really, really sad.
Is that a huge loss, I'm sure, from the hip-hop side?
Not just in the hip-hop side. AKA, I think, was representing all of us. He pushed boundaries across Africa, across the world. So it was not just about hip-hop, it was about us as Africans, as South Africans as well. It was not just about hip-hop or just for him.
And without a doubt, I think many people would agree that he was always a big supporter of local music, growing it, young up-and-coming artists, supporting those who've been doing this a long time. And here you are doing it again, from God to a King. Tell me about this one. I'm seeing the playlist already. It might be downloading on my phone as we speak. It's
a 7-track album. For me, this album is literally a soundtrack of Kelly Khumalo's life. From love life to spirituality to the things that I have conquered as an individual and the courage that I've had to conquer literally everything that was said to destroy me.
I'm hearing many people saying the songs they've listened to, 2 words come out from what I've seen online so far: a higher self.
Yes, absolutely. Hence the album is called From a God to a King. For me, I believe music is a superpower. And if you have researched on the Egyptian mythologies, they would have gods back in the days. But now, for one to be a god that is understood by our society, you need to step down into being a king and still use that musical superpower in touching people's lives.
How do you keep changing what it is that you do? Because again, the relevance here, it's talking to people that have downloaded the album already. You're able to find that relevance each and every single time. It's not being downloaded just because you're Kelly Khumalo.
True.
That could be part of it, but there's another story that you're able to bring out here every single time.
I think the important thing is to be original, authentic. People can relate to the truth. I just speak the truth of who I am, where I am, what I go through, and I find that to be very relatable, and also it has managed to keep me in the industry for this long.
Let's be honest, your friends are obviously going to download this. What's the one that they've got on repeat? Not shuffle, the one that they've got on repeat on their Apple iPhones and Samsungs.
It's quite confusing with this album, to be quite honest with you. Everyone has their favorites, but I think mine would be We Are Tanda, because with that song I've had to face my insecurities as a writer. I was very insecure about being a writer, especially when you work with a producer like Mondli Ngobo, who's done so many hits over the years. So when he says, present your own work, and you're like, dude, are you serious? And then when he said it was good, that was like, okay, Kelly, you can do this. And when I sit and listen to the song, really the song is amazing.
Why 7 songs?
I initially wanted 5.
You wanted 5?
Yes. I think gone are the days where we would have like 20 songs in the album. And also
you're not releasing CDs per se, so you can download as they come out.
But also it's a business move. Why go into the studio and spend so much money where you can take that money and use it for promotion or marketing the album? So the lesser the song, the more you are able to actually package the music properly and make it sound the way that it should.
the download that you've had over the years. I was taking a look at some of the numbers. We're talking in the millions, the tens of millions. I would go as far as say the hundreds of millions. Does that boggle your mind, knowing that when you first started in this, and many of the superstars of your era would have started with, let's release an LP, let's release a CD, and then what was the opening weekend numbers like? Were they cues? Now it doesn't work like that. I mean, can you get your head around?
I'm still getting my head around, but the beauty of it is that you can check how far you've come and what should be done going into the future. So for me, this is amazing to be able to keep track of my work.
I want to ask this, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to phrase this correctly, From God to a King. Is this an album for the Kelly fans, or can someone who's new to Kelly Khumalo slide right in, you understand what this is about?
Oh, absolutely. For me, it's not just about my fans. It's about everyone. Because if you listen to the album, it's very relatable. It talks about love. We all love love. It talks about spirituality. We all are a part of some form of spirituality. And it talks about courage. Everybody needs courage to face whatever they're faced with on a daily basis. So this is not just about me or the Kelly Khumalo fans, but for everyone.
I can't help but imagine that even though you are a hitmaker by nature, it seems, this sort of work would have started, even if just, you know, mentally and emotionally during COVID-19. This sort of project doesn't just come out of nowhere. It doesn't come to fruition so quickly.
No. I think it started way back with the previous album, The Voice of Africa, when I've had to find who I am, you know, cement myself in who I am, and also be content with the gift, because all my life I've always had to tiptoe around my gift and be apologetic. When someone says, you have such an amazing voice, and I'd be like, yeah, it's great. But now when someone says, you have a great voice, I'm like, yeah, I know I have a great voice. And it's not coming from a bad place. It's coming from a place of authority and also embracing the gift that I have.
What was the most difficult one for you to write? If I take a look at some of the songs, they're fairly lengthy tracks. And again, this is now with the online and download system, you can. Back in the days, CDs, they had to be 3.5 minutes to put all those songs in. Now we're starting to get 5:16, 5 minutes, 4 minutes 43. These are lengthy. What was the hardest to write?
So Mointley is the one that was writing the album. Solely because I just wanted to see myself through someone else's lens, and which he did a great job. But there's a song that's called Uzoma, She Will Stand. That song got me. I mean, when I heard the song and what it says, it reminded me of so many things that I've gone through, but I remained standing. And I had flashbacks. I would not even show Mointley how emotional I was, because I did not want him to make fun of me or even think, oh, look at her being all emotional, being all girly and whatnot. But really, Uzoma is a song very close to my heart, and it literally paints a perfect picture of the struggles that I've had to go through, not just as a woman, but as Kelly Khumalo in our country. And
while you're busy talking, I'm taking a look at the music video, by the way, on Vivo as well. So if you haven't seen that yet, see it's here as well. From a God to a King, Kelly Khumalo. And I'm not sure if you want to give it away, but you may be giving us a little performance later. I've had to fight Morena Mutupi away from the microphone, your microphone, because he wants to audition for some bizarre reason. But when we can get him away from the microphone, can you give us a sneak peek? Any particular song you're going to sing?
I'm going to do Agatinto.
We're going to keep it as a surprise.
Oh, well, people can just sit and just enjoy the show.
You see, that's what's called a television hook. Everyone knows how that works. Now you can't go anywhere. Kelly Khumalo, thank you for coming in. You're not going anywhere yet. Microphone is almost ready for you. As soon as I can get Morena Mutupi away from it. He's a well-known sports peep. We're not too sure about the singing. I've heard him sing before. You don't want him anywhere near your microphone. Kelly Khumalo, thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful album cover, beautiful online download numbers I'm seeing already as well. You can go and find it. A new Kelly Khumalo project, From God to a King. She'll be performing for us live towards the end of the show. So if you ever need a reason, apart from sports with M&M, Kelly with us towards the end of the show at 9 o'clock.